What's going on, everybody? This is Brian Mazique. I'm a fight guy, a Forbes contributor, and I also write for heavy.com. And we are powered by Fight TV and presented by Bet Online. And it is time to talk UFC 250 predictions. Been going through every single last fight on this card. In our next fight, Sean O'Malley taking on Eddie Wineland. This is, aside from our main event, which of course we're going to talk about in a second, aside from our main event, this fight has the biggest odds on the whole card. Sugar Sean is a minus 500 favorite. Wow. That is either a lot of respect for Sugar Sean O'Malley, a lot of disrespect for Eddie Wineland, or a combination of both. It is a lot going on here. I think it's actually a pretty decent matchup for O'Malley at this part of his career. He's 11-0. He's a really good striker, tough guy. Eddie Wineland's a tough guy and a strong, powerful striker. But he does have some holes, I think, in his defensive stand-up game. He gets caught a lot. He's also got a really long neck, and he kind of holds his head straight up in stand-up exchanges, and I've seen him caught a few times. He doesn't get stopped a lot, right? Doesn't get stopped a lot. Then he got a stop by Kahn Barral a few years ago, and I believe there's one other stoppage loss for him in his career. But for the most part, he has avoided taking that kind of big shot that stops him. He's been stopped 3 times by strikes. The last time he got stopped by strikes was the first round knockout by Johnny Eduardo back in 2014. 2013, he lost by strikes, of course, to Kahn Barral, like I mentioned. And then the other time he got stopped by strikes was so early in his career, it barely even matters. It was actually from an injury back in 2004. So this guy's been fighting a long time. 16 years ago was the first time he was stopped. He's 24-13. He's 35 years old. That age there is probably significant. Last time he fought was in June. He knocked out Grigory Popov, who's a really good fighter. So that's something to keep in mind. But Popov's not Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley, his height, his athleticism, the creativity in which he delivers strikes, that's the reason why he's such a favorite here. He's also 4 inches taller than Wineland, longer reach in the arms, longer reach in the legs. I think he's a slicker athlete than Eddie Wineland. So I do think he gets the better of him. Now, I guess one of the biggest things to think about here in this fight is Sean O'Malley going to get the finish? I think a lot of people feel that he gets the victory, but does he get the finish? And one of the things to look at, I don't have this on the screen right now, but Bet Online has the over-under, the over for this fight going more than a round and a half is minus 160. Going under a round and a half is plus 130. So a lot of people don't think this is going to get out of the second round. So that's why, they're thinking this is going to be a quick domination. Now, I'm going to tell you, you might want to take the over here because I think that O'Malley wins this fight. I think he wins it pretty convincingly, but I think Eddie Wineland makes it out of the fight. I think he gets beaten by a unanimous decision. Wineland hasn't been super tough, super easy to stop, and that's one of the reasons I say that. I am picking O'Malley, but just in a little bit of a bonus, I do think that Wineland gets out of the second round at least and goes the distance. So that's just a little bit of a bonus that I'm gonna throw there. Hopefully I don't regret giving out extra information.